West London rapper ASB bringing you the freshest talent in the game. Real talk, true stories.
I'm waiting for the drop like a rapper, fam. Start it again. Just start from the beginning.
You're listening to Real Talk, True Stories. The freshest podcast bring you nothing but real talk and true stories from your favourite personalities, entrepreneurs. This is an edutainment podcast. Education, edutainment.
Yo. We're in the building right now for Real Talk, True Stories, the podcast. It's your boy ASB. Today's a special episode because it's one of the ones that's from my hometown, West London. You know what I mean? Today we've got West London's finest, Acton's finest, Podgy figures in the building.
Well, you good?
What's good, my G? Thanks for coming down, man. I appreciate it, man. Lastminute.com as well, but I've been trying to get at you for a couple of weeks to do it. So I appreciate it, man.
No, definitely.
You know what I mean? Definitely, fam. So today we're in the building just to really just dig deep into a bit more about yourself and what you've been doing, what you got going on. But you know what I want to touch on first? I wanted to touch on, we've been talking off the mic, catching some yeah, you know what I mean, getting the drinks pouring and whatnot. But Acton, I want to start with Acton, man. It's quite close to your heart.
That's important.
It's something that you often represent to the max in everything you do. West London overall, but Acton's where you're from, born and raised. And one thing that I noticed about Acton over the years is that no matter where I would go in London or what I'd do, when they find out you're a West boy, oh, you know them man, they're from Acton, you know, Acton, Acton. And it would always come across like it was jail man them from South, from North, East, that had done a little bird and whatnot, but any real brother that they had met from West seemed to be from yeah, and not to take away from other ends in West, but just from, you know, the talk, and this is real life experiences, I can't fabricate it. I'll be in South with, you know, rappers that are quite big and whatnot and have done their thing, not to put their names out there, but they would say, what you from where? Oh, what you from Acton, yeah? What you know you want in Acton? Yeah. And it would be that quite a lot, fam. What do you think it is in the water over there that makes it like that, fam?
Acton played a major part in man's whole fucking life altogether.
In your journey.
Yeah. Like, Acton moulded me to like who I am to this day. You have to remember, Acton, like, it's a unique place. It's like, you know what I mean? It's you got the best of both worlds. You got the robbers and you got the shutters. That's how I'm coming from. So like, as a young boy, like, those are the kind of people you're looking up to. Me personally, it was more like the kind of robbers, and as you got older, like more the shutters. But there's strong characters like that. And
from that side of town.
And if you can take a bit from both, like from each other, you know what I mean?
Blend it and make the ultimate kind of hustler.
Yeah, you can't kind of go wrong. Like,
and that's what I noticed about Acton, fam, man.
Acton Thorough, they dress the flyest, they get money down there, like,
cheap.
Do you understand where I'm coming from? That
sickest barbers.
Like, they're just been going in they've been going in for the longest, man.
For the longest time.
Yeah.
Nah, that's dope, man.
Not to take away from anywhere in West London, because there's places in West London, people doing their places, but
I think from West, the whole of West, I love it. That's the truth, man. Openly,
especially when it comes to fashion and style, swag, and getting money. Like, West London's been doing that for a long time.
They don't really do it like that anywhere else in the world.
Not like us.
I feel like it's Harlem in America is what West is.
Yeah, not like us. Like
in London, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't do it like man. But now Acton, that moulded me, man. That made me who I am today. As I said before, like, you know what I mean? Acton's kind of like you got the robbers and you got the shots, so it's like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, the yin and the yang,
and then you kind of take a bit from
each side and then blend it together to make that package. So while we're on the subject of West London, one thing I want to get into is I used to do grime and whatnot, right?
Cool.
So I was on Risky Roads DVD, I was on certain DVDs and whatnot. We used to do a lot of sets on Laylo, we used to go to East to do rinse and whatnot. And I always found that like dons from West struggled to blow because there was no one really to co-sign them in that scene. There was a lot of love from East Bears that would bring their youngers through and that would put them on quick. They didn't even have to have a mixtape. But in West, you could put in so much work and then you wouldn't really get that co-sign, which a lot of people need sometimes.
Yeah.
But with yourself, as a rapper, I feel like you was the first real rapper from West London, and probably even from the whole of London, maybe I don't know everywhere, but from West most definitely, you was the first rapper. Yeah. The guy that came out from West London as a rapper, not a grime artist or nothing like that, and spat that real shit. Did the ends help or hinder? What would you say?
Nah, the ends definitely helped. But for starters, see when this so-called thing, grime, kind of came out, I'll be honest, my views are different. But when I first heard grime, because I was like, we're in the mud, we're knee deep on the pavement. When we first heard grime, we would hear guys talking about killing, doing all this shit. So we out here ourselves. So we're like, yo.
Where are they?
When's this going on? Because we're out here, we ain't seen on them, like, and we might know guys from their area, that side of town, from east or from south or whatever, and they'll be like, nah man, the man ain't outside like that. So it kind of made me put a stigma when I first heard grime say, nah, let's say you that thing.
Yeah.
And then that was it. I kind of just fogged it off because of the situation. But
I saw Hypo say that on Not For The Radio as well, the Smash Town guy. He said the same thing.
But as I've grown more as an artist, I can kind of sometimes respect somebody's skill, like the way they might be able to multi-syllable or put words together. But it does. True. Like I can respect that skill factor, but so
the music side of things, if someone's good at what they do, you can respect that.
I can kind of respect, because I'm an artist.
That's understandable, man.
And I'm creative, and I can kind of respect that. But as I said, when it first came, and he was talking about all this,
all that crud,
and man telling man suck their mum, and nobody,
and no one's replying,
nobody getting hurt over the situation. It just felt kind of crazy for us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've always thought that's like the lowest you could go to a man, and if they don't reply, then maybe they never reply to anything.
Look, man, man get shot in Acton for less than that. So saying that word, actually saying suck your mum to them, and then nobody ain't getting hurt, it just felt like wrestling. So I never really
WWF shit.
Yeah, so I never really messed with it. But as I said, as I became more of an artist, I kind of like started respecting more of the craft, as in the production, and I see what like grime producers, like who call themselves grime producers, what they put into it, and they take time out of their craft and that as well. So
yeah, because you worked with Teaser and stuff like that before, and he's like one of the West London.
And he's grime.
Yeah, he is, and he's very good, very talented.
Dope.
Puts a lot into his work still.
Yeah, so like the creative point, I kind of started more respecting it at that point at the same time. But with West London, do you know, like it was more the ends. I made music. I was just talking about the ends. I never made music about anything else. I didn't really, tell the truth, I didn't really think it would reach further out of the ends, because I was just...
You just did it for the hometown.
Yeah, I was talking about like the ends, so it wasn't really...
So you said like, obviously you was knee deep in the dirt. We're never going to go too deep into that side of things, obviously. But as a West Londoner, I agree that like Podgy Figures was a name that you would hear in barbershops, people, and it was always like, you know, people would always say he's a real one. Anywhere you go, you'd hear that. Yeah. And one thing that I want to say on the mic, so it's documented, is that when it comes to hip hop, right, I'm sure there was rappers from other ends that started before, like Rodney P and all these guys and whatnot, or you know, PDC at their time and whatnot. But when it came to luxury rap, people talking about expensive things, talking about nice garms, we're talking about Cristal, we're talking about Mercedes, talking about big boy drops. That was you. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, fam. Like out of the whole of London, it don't matter what anyone says. No one had a visual that looked like that. Yeah. Talking that shit.
Now respect.
And really be dressing like that. You know what I mean?
Respect for that, because at the end of the day, what we was just trying to do is bring our lifestyle to the music. We weren't trying to shit on nobody and make man look liquor and them type of thing. That was never the case. It was like, yo, these are our Porsches, these are our M3s, these are our AMGs, and we got video. We driving down to our video shoot, and
this is us. That's us. We was gonna do it even if the camera weren't on anyway. You know what I mean?
On, like we're out and about anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? And we arguing with the editor saying blur out the lights. Like, man, this is all right. Man, them know we driving around.
It's not a higher thing,
yeah. The boy, the Jakes know we driving around this other fuck. Everybody knows what's going on.
It is what it is.
So that was the attitude at the time, and
I really respect that, man.
Yeah, I
like nice things, man. To see it, you know, you said it yourself. Didn't want to shit on anyone.
Nah,
why do people take things like that though? Like
I don't know, man.
Because I feel like, fam, if I see that,
it's kind of inspiring.
Someone's showing me like, well, I can get that too.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to do that.
But that was never the attitude. I never even had that in the mind.
I don't know why people even think like that, fam. I feel that like West London, that's why someone like yourself who's put West on the map, carried it on their back in the hip hop world, put it on the map in terms of hip hop, definitely. Bro, man's doing this, looking like that. Breads from other ends was wearing baggy tracksuits and that, bro.
And windbreakers. Remember the windbreakers? Night jackets. Windbreakers.
Night jackets.
And you know what it was?
Don't hold you, just floppy. How old you was?
Yeah, and the thing about it is like it was.
How old was you when you first came out with that track? Where you know the Podgy Figure's original one?
When we first bought the first Porsche, I was 19.
Jeez.
Carrera 4 with a roof.
Yeah,
Just like that.
Without the roof.
Yeah,
the Carrera 4.
So,
That's if that ain't motivation, what is, fam?
and then when you saw me with the video, the Podgy video, it was like 21. I had the Porsche Targa by that time. But as I said,
shit!
But as I said,
You didn't even keep the same one.
but as I said, it weren't to shit, man. It was just to show you that was our lifestyle, and that's
You was doing you.
Yeah, and that's what's going on in our part of town. And really, what I wanted to do, another thing, as time's going on, everybody from West London, where we set this bar, they come in at this bar and go over. Do you understand? Because you got to see it like this. Man's going on holiday now, shooting their videos on holiday now. That's cool on that. But we was doing that 06.
Long time, innit? Yeah.
Marbella. We was going Marbella 06 because we just felt like we had to do something kind of different to kind of like for people
to change the game.
Yeah. Just to show like the difference. If that makes any sense. Yeah. And I was showing like West London. This is how we kind of get down.
Because a lot of people forget that's why people like Jay-Z are who they are. Because when they came into the game, people were just wearing Timbs and baggy hoodies, but he was saying, nah, we want to drink Cristal and drive a new, and actually make the video look like they were playing polka with silk blazers on and shit, and shit like that stands out, and it's sort of cemented, fam. You know what I mean? They can't take it from, man.
When we first started going clubbing, we ordered Cristal. We never knew what Cristal was. We just heard it in Jay-Z raps, and we like, we bought Cristal. We run around with Cristal, and girls are saying, yo, them man are drinking wine. And we really drinking Cristal, like, but they heard it before, they just never seen it, if that makes sense.
To them it was some new thing.
Yeah, like they never seen it, they heard it in music, but they just never seen it before.
Do you reckon that
and another thing,
you was a bit before your time?
Another thing, I have to put this out here as well, so I don't want people to get it twisted. We came from nothing. Like, so, like, we're like, what we have to understand is, like, we ain't, like, we're not in the Olympics, like, we don't get medals for doing good. Like our trophy,
you don't get rewarded. Yeah,
it's true. The whipping them type of thing. Then we might get a trophy.
That's hard.
That's our trophy to say like, yo, like, bro,
that's hard body stuff.
This is what we have achieved to kind of make ourselves feel good. Do you understand where I'm from? And then after a while, you might get to a stage where you say, I don't really need. I'm nice anyway. My attitude is like I'm nice anyway. If that makes any sense. But in the beginning, like,
because you're not excited anymore sometimes when you've done it before.
Yeah, because you kind of done it. You've been on that kind of roller coaster.
Do you feel like that at the moment?
It's like bottles in the club.
Yes.
Yeah. I definitely feel like that now because that's why I want to show a bit more creativity. But as I said, I've got my dog with me, and he'd be like, "No, man, you have to kind of give it to them."
You go in.
Old school shit. See everything and them type of things.
Alright, so because we was off the camera a minute ago, and we was off the mic, and we've already had a couple glasses and whatnot. We was talking. And I wish I had pressed record, but obviously you know how it goes. You gotta be careful. But we were saying that, like, how do you maintain like your sort of dignity, your realness, your composure in a world where the kids want to see man with Giuseppe's throwing money around, chatting about burners and that, and being a real one. What makes you not do that? How do you keep so composed and carry on making that authentic?
Do you know what it is? I grew up in an era where if you know, you know. If you don't, you ain't meant to know.
Okay, I like that.
I think it stays with me, if that makes any sense to a certain extent. And do you know what it is? It's like, I'll tell you what's another thing. It's like, it's when I go outside and I get people from out of West London reach out to me, or rude boys doing their thing from outside the West. They like me because they got that same mentality. If you know, you know. If you don't,
they respect that you're gangster, innit?
Yeah. So I think it's just a part of me. And some of the things, like the ideas, when you see like got the money to the ear and kind of throw money on the floor, it kind of looks like it's shitting on people. And I never came into the game like that. I never really came into the game like that.
50 Cent's accused of that a lot, and people will call him arrogant a lot. But I feel like I understand it too a little bit, but
people take it different. But I never came into it like that. I came in it to motivate people, inspire people. We came from the flipping, like the mud. We came from the bits,
from the bottom.
So like you know what I mean. I'm showing you like if we can get here, man.
Meek Mill does that a lot, fam. He does the whole like. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram and that. But he's always throwing around mad diamond bezels, mad chain stacks, jets. Do you feel like that's a show off thing, or is that a motivational thing?
If that's your life and that's how you're flexing, I feel like that's more of a inspirational thing. But like I'm down here, so I understand where people are like, nah, fuck that, man.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't like that shit. Do you understand?
Yeah, certain man look at it like that, innit?
Do you understand where I'm coming from? So I can understand that, but I never came in the game to show off. I came in to just show you this is our life.
This is what it is.
This is what's going on.
Yeah.
And that's it. You know?
I rate that, man, because your video game's impeccable with music videos. There was a lot of dons that was on only all they could really do to get their face out there at that point was to jump on a DVD and spit a freestyle, or get a mad budget video done for $2,000, which is still a lot in today's climate.
Yeah.
But you guys' videos was different.
Yeah, not.
You know what I mean? It was different, fam.
Do you know what
There's levels to it.
Because I didn't want ours to be the same what was going on out there.
Like you said, you wanted to come in and put that benchmark there.
Yeah, straight away. So when we come in, it's like boom, like raw. Who's that? What the fuck? Like raw. It's like other man's going on that side of town.
That's how they're killing it.
From.
I love that though, man.
So that's
I feel like there's, because West is quite small. I feel like there's been definitely been like times where people doubt you because you're from West.
Yeah, because it's the smallest, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's out of north, south, east. Like it's west. West is the smallest.
It's tiny, innit, when you look at the map?
Yeah, it's tiny.
So
It's
from
the
probably
smallest
like,
one.
if you look at probably from like Uxbridge to all the way into Shepherd's Bush or Holland Park, whatever it is, it's like Uxbridge Road and then everything surrounding it.
Yeah, so
do
it's
you
the
know what I'm saying?
smallest one. You understand where I'm coming from? So it's definitely, I won't say doubted, but it's not known about. That's why I had to come in with that kind of
That's true.
benchmark.
That's a good way to put it. Definitely.
And especially you got guys as well, you got to think about it like this. People from south, people from east, people from north. Majority of the man, they don't come out of the area.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't really come out the ends. They're from south, they stay in south, they're from north, they stay in. You only get a couple man what kind of reach out and touch. So that's why when we come in, like, and we're coming from west, if they ain't coming from, if they don't come out their area, they have to see man saying, "Raw, that's what's going on that side of town."
Yeah, that's true. That's true stuff.
Porsches and them type of thing, big chains like that, shit. Like,
No, that's real talk.
Raw.
Because a lot of mans do stay in their own neighbourhood, bro, forever.
Don't leave it.
Even if they're just like staying in, even if they're from south, there's a chance that if they're from Streatham, they're not even really going to Lewisham much. Maybe once in a blue moon, and that's not even that far away. So I get that still, because I'm a person that travels, and sometimes I forget that shit. You know what I mean? I jump on the flights and go places, and it's like, rah, been here, been there, back there next week.
There's man don't leave the ends.
Some mans don't. They ain't got no stamps on their passport. They ain't even got a travel card, innit?
Nah, it's deep. It's deep.
Nah, no, this is
No, but
that sounds bad still, but I'm just trying to keep it normal.
Real,
like, there's kids that you see by every ends by the shops with man bags on and tracksuits that probably do that all week long. Do you know what I'm saying?
So that's why we have to kind of give them the visuals and give them that
an idea, an image of paint the picture.
If you ain't been to West, this is how it's patterned out.
And I feel like you're not only a rapper, you're an entrepreneur, man. You've got the clothing line. And I fucking love that shit, man. I haven't got one yet. I need to cop one still.
I'll hook you up.
You got the gingerbread man. The jumpers, cold. I love that shit, man. How did you come up with it, man?
Like, you know what it is? I was working with this my uncle and them. They used to have a studio back in the day, and like he used to do his team, make music and bits and bobs. And they said to me, you need to get something like what kind of like you can put out there, but it's not you, but it represents you. If that makes any sense.
I get it.
So I was like, cool. I was.
Because I always felt like when mans put their own name or their own thing people don't buy into it.
Like, you might not just want to wear something with the says Podgy. Like, you might not just like, it might not feel cool enough. So I was there lying down somewhere on some beach, and the next minute,
on some beach.
it just came to me like the gingerbread man. It kind of represented what we stood for. It's like the catch me if you can at the same time. That's how it is, man. It's catch me if you can. You know,
it's a race, isn't it? It's a rat race.
So that's the situation. That's where the gingerbread stood for.
No, I love that, man.
Then I got with Mikey. They weren't really popping them times. Trapstar,
yeah, big up the man.
Big up.
Mikey's
I got with
guy.
him, and I said, "Yo, I want gingerbread, man." I gave him the thing, the gingerbread, and he's like, "Yo, it's a bit like it needs to add things, man." I'm like, "No, I need it just the gingerbread like that." Cause I was looking at like the Jeezy thing, like the snowman.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
I just want it like that. Just playing. He goes, "All right, listen, let me play with some ideas."
You're a bit comparable to Jeezy in ways, you know.
Mad, that's mad.
Yeah, I'll get into it in a minute, but
yeah, but he said, let me just play with it a bit, and then I'll come back. He came back and he came out with the stripes. I was like, yo, that shit looks hard.
The striped arrow thing, it's like an arrow, it's like that.
Yeah,
free of it, it's mad.
Yeah, he came with that. I said that looks hard, and then
every time I used to see that jumper in like your videos and I always used to think like this shit's got so much potential, man.
Yeah.
Because it's so original.
Yeah.
And it's so relevant to, like you say, the hustlers.
Yeah.
The people that are doing their thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you mention Jeezy, yeah, I know it's going in a different direction, but if you check Jeezy's backstory, he was a hustler from the hood he was managing a couple artists, or he had owned a studio.
Okay.
And then all the artists was like not really doing that well, and then some of them got locked up or some shit. Okay. And he was like, the studio's gonna go to waste. Someone was like, why don't you spit your life?
Okay.
That's how it kind of started for him.
Yeah.
So there's actually like a story where he was doing the photo shoot for his album, and the label was putting like a little stack of fake money in the background as a prop, and he was like, what, you want money? Wait there. And he made a phone call, and the man then bring like $500,000 through in cash, or $1 million or something. And then that's why the boxes are all behind him on the Thug Motivation album. So he was kind of already on before he started rapping, and then he just started rapping his life. So that's quite comparable still.
We actually met Jeezy.
Oh, swear down.
In Miami, he sold us a CD, but he wasn't Jeezy them times. They was in a group called Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood, yeah, they were signed to Bad Boy.
And he was like...
That's a long time ago, fam.
Yeah, we was in Miami. We was in Miami.
What was that like?
That was dope. We was in Miami on some shit. And Jeezy... he pulled up and he was like, yo, and we hit him with the ting, like, yo, if the ting ain't real, man, we ain't representing it. And he
shit.
And he was like, but this wasn't Jeezy, like,
it's new,
this is
little
like,
chubby guy with a bald head
like
kind of
Boys in the Hood type of thing, like, that was the group. And he was like, no, it's the real ting. And he kind of pitched it to man, but man supported it. It felt a bit like authentic a bit, and we just ended up buying the CD off him.
So did he feel authentic?
It felt it.
Because they're a bit different to us anyway.
I don't know, his picture's right, because man bought the CD, so whatever he said, it must have been something
that's true though.
It
worked.
Like, come along. And then I remember you from the hood picked me on to Jeezy. Said, yo, this you. And not knowing I bought the CD.
You'd already met him, innit?
Yeah. I was like, what, these beats sound... I remember Jeezy's beats, the beats were hard. Like, and
he was like one of the original trap guys, isn't it? He had the Justice League beats and that, but he wasn't putting their names on them because he was actually buying the beat so they can take the tag off and that. So you never really knew until I was a bit of a hip hop guy. I'll read the book. And it's like the same guys that are making, you know, Rick Ross's classic material later. He was working with him first.
Dope.
But he was obviously paying more for the beats because there's no tag on them anymore, like the Justice League shit. You know what I mean? So I mean, in terms of that sort of collaboration side of things, you've got some big collaborations out there, man. You've had a couple nice ones, man. Yeah,
I kind of do them organically though. If I meet you and we get a good vibe kind of going, that's how I kind of work it. I ain't really on to collaborate a guy because he's popping or he's got a hype going on. Then you meet him and he's some dick. Do you know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of them, innit?
Yeah, so I'd rather just be like, if I meet you...
You want it to be normal?
Yeah, like Angel. Like when I met Angel, Angel's from West. When I met him, it was just cool. The vibe was just cool. Everything was all love. And he said, look, can we do something? Let's get something done. We've got something done, video.
Angel's an amazing singer, man.
Yeah, he's super talented.
Yeah, I think he's like... When it comes to London, I feel like he's the one I like.
Yeah, he's super
in England
talented.
even when it comes to, because he's a bit like. Do you remember how Jaheim was back in the day when he used to be a bit of a thug that sung good?
Yeah, but Angel produces as well. Enough people don't know that he makes his own beats as well.
Oh, so he's making all of them beats.
Yeah, so
big like Angel, man.
Yeah,
big like Weston and Angel, man. They're going in at the moment. You've done a lot of work with SBTV over the years, man.
Yeah, Jam's our guy, man. He's like.
What's that relationship like, man?
He's from the hood, isn't he? He's from Acton, so.
Yeah.
This is what happened. I went away and came home. When I came home, Jam contacted me like, "Yo, I want to do an interview." I was like, "Yeah, cool, man." But SB weren't really popping them times.
Yeah, it's new.
It's just a thing he was trying to get out. But he's from the hood, so anybody from the ends is trying to do something. They ain't going to Artsman twice and stuff like that. I'm just gonna rep for them. So
no, I like that.
So,
I like that.
Yeah,
you got that hustler in you, man. Like the go-getter.
So I've done an interview with him, done a freestyle, whatever, and his team just started growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. But our relationship was already there, so we just kind of rep each other. If that makes sense.
He was working with me early as well, man.
Okay, dope.
When he was on my MSN and I was quite popular on the pirate radio scene.
Okay, dope.
So he used to listen to me and like my shit. So he was on my MSN. When I went on Westwoods and I went on Logan Summers when I put out my first mixtape. And I was like, like you're filming and that. Do you want to just roll? Yeah. So like I just pay for his travel, or whatever. We would roll up there on the train, and that was young. Yeah. And he started filming people, and then Logan actually gave him, asked him if he wanted the job to film every Monday.
Okay.
From that. Yeah. So then he ended up filming like every artist you can think of.
Okay.
But so that's where you can respect his hustle from like building links and maintaining them
at the same time.
He outgrown the platform he worked for by far.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like meeting. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. He's meeting people and then saying, "Yo, I can line you a video up on the side to this and that." Yeah. And that's another acting you again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dope.
It's the ends.
Dope. Yeah, it's dope.
It's the ends still.
It's a good look.
So you put out a lot of videos through there. you got the Gingerbread brand out.
Clothing, yeah.
You've made like a couple tracks I was listening to earlier, the one with Angel, the one with Koke, where it's got like a bit of a hip hop / up tempo kind of feel on certain parts and that.
Yeah.
Is that something that you was going for?
Yeah, definitely. Especially if I'm gonna collaborate with an artist, I don't want them to know what's coming.
Yeah.
It's like having a fight, innit? If the boxer knows every move, like the other component,
You're gonna get knocked the fuck up.
Do you know where I'm coming from? So I want to give them something they ain't expecting. So with Koke, it was the same thing. I said like, you know what I mean? Can we link up? And I got Fly from West London. Fly is a producer.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
I've never heard of him, but the beat's cold though.
So yeah, he put something together. But I said to him at the same time, I'm explaining to him like we need something different, like what people ain't gonna expect. I don't want them to feel like it's just some trap shit or just some like something normal. And he's like, yeah, cool, I hear you. So he ended up putting that to him. Brought it to Koke. Koke was like, yo, this is hard.
Yeah.
Verse.
He gave you a good verse as well, isn't it?
Dope verse.
Yeah, he's a good rapper, man.
Yeah, that was it. I gave him a verse for one of his projects. He gave me a verse.
Yeah, I like that. So it's like a mutual respect thing as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's
We love
dope.
Koke.
Yeah, shout out Koke, man. I think one of the things I like as well is that you've got like you say, it's all organic, but you don't want people to know what's coming.
Yeah.
That's the creative side. So it's for you, music, is it more of like a way that you vent, a way that you just have fun with it because it's a passion, or would you say something that you would like to chart with and have that sort of mainstream success?
Nah, you know it's definitely a passion. But I'll be honest, there was a time in music, especially when I got locked up and I came home. When I came home, I wasn't even gonna bother with music. I wasn't even really gonna give it another chance because the people I was messing with, who was like doing. I was at the studio and doing the production and all that.
Yeah.
Like when I came home, they weren't really want to mess with me, so I was like, nah, I ain't even bothering with this.
So it was like, the links that you had was done.
Like, they like, nah, like I didn't know his situation was really what he was saying. I thought it was more creative.
They were scared.
He was saying, not really scared, but they just found out it wasn't really what it was. You know what I mean?
That's crazy though.
So they linked me off, and I was like, alright, cool. I ain't really messing with it. And then I started getting mad different phone calls from different people saying, yo, like let's link up, let's thing. I'm like, I don't even know about this thing again. And then I linked my doggy. Still Bangles, I was locked up with him in jail.
No way.
Yeah, me and him was locked up together in jail. Bangles came and he phoned me, goes, yo, when you come in studio, I said, I don't even know about that.
I'm not.
I don't know about that. He goes, listen, you mad. Your name's ringing mad out here, family. People fucks with you properly.
He knew the real you, innit?
He goes, I'm telling you, people fucks with you properly. Just come down, come me, like, get together. Let's sit down and start, like, create your style. If that
your sound, yeah.
So, like, let's get together. So
which is what everyone needs, I think.
He was so, like,
on it,
motivated. It kind of like sparked something in me again.
It does, innit? It does that energy. It's the energy.
Yeah, because I felt he wanted it more than me. If that makes any sense.
That's crazy,
so,
isn't it? That can't be a bad thing, man. Yeah, that's kind of like the ultimate motivation. Someone believing in you, and you're like, "Fuck it, alright, let's go get it."
So that's why I went down there and I linked to him, and he's very musical. He plays about 3-4 instruments, and he's talented. I never really been around that. Everybody. Before that time, boy, they're just trying to ting it. Like they got a studio,
spitting a 16.
They got little what's that thing? The beat,
Pro Tools and the sampler, the MPC. That's
they got MPC and they're trying to ting. I ain't never seen man get guitar out.
Oh shit!
Stop playing keys.
Man got real musical,
and
man.
Got flute, doing flute. Like, bro, I never really see that kind of vibe before.
I see the flute out from.
So when I saw that happen and then make beat.
Where's he from? Is he from London?
Nah, yeah, he's from East London.
From East, because he's working with everyone, fam.
Yeah, he's dope.
He's got some big tracks with people. Yeah. I think he produced Miss Track.
Yeah,
the one that's popping at the moment, man.
Super dope. So he kind of got me. And you know
your collaborations are organic for real. Like they're all organic. You know when man's just say like, yeah, we was got on and we done it. You actually fucking met man in jail, bro.
Yeah,
like it can't be much more real.
Understand? So we understand. So when he said that to me. And he helped me craft my sound at that kind of time as well. He was like saying like, yo, like we should come at it like this angle, like this and stuff like that. So it kind of made me start studying music. I never studied music before.
You become more of a fan of the craft.
Before I go into the studio, I just write on, do what I'm doing, and then bounce back on the pavement. I ain't worrying about how to mix.
You don't get Porsches doing that, innit?
That's the truth. That kind of shit. I ain't worrying about that. I'm just like back on it. But
man, don't really get them Porsches, fam, from that, innit? Like from sitting there working on drums and snares and kicks and that. You know what I mean?
We there a couple hours max. We ain't no whole day. A couple hours max, and then we keeping it moving.
Word.
So, but that when I met Bangles, it was different. So I started studying actual music, studying styles, and just studying actual music. And we still work together, but he was my main guy before, you know what I mean?
Like a one-on-one basis, almost like your producer.
And he helped me craft, like get my craft together. So
shout out still then, man.
Big up,
He's doing his thing as well, man. Big up.
Dope.
That's dope, and I think that like it sort of shows people a bit more about you, because you were saying that like everything's so natural that you even met man in jail and then linked up that way, and he's telling you to come to the studio. That's crazy, man.
And his studio back then used to be in his Marduke's,
I swear that.
in his bedroom. So he takes me to the studio, and I'm thinking, yo, we in the bedroom, bro. And he's like, yeah,
don't worry, this is where the magic happens.
Like, this is all we need. And he would just have
I think you get better quality music from places like that, you know.
I made my whole mixtape in the bedroom.
Because when you're in a big studio and it's all flashy and that, sometimes you end up like thinking that the equipment's gonna do half the work for you and that. Some artists do that, I feel, you know, like they feel like, oh, don't worry, the engineer's really good.
I wrote every single song.